Hi, welcome to another video of the Targeted Individual Program, the Targeted Individual Experience. You guys know I am a TI. I do this video to bring awareness to what is being done, not just on the psychological aspect of being a TI, having psyops waged against us, but also with dealing with directed energy weapons, and also dealing with the illegal microchipping of human beings for the purpose of remote neural monitoring. So, welcome to another video. All right, so let me start off by recapping, my targeting, and I'm gonna actually before I get into that, let's get into this news report, right? So I talk about when people who are put into these programs, which is for experimentation reason, and then they run a psychological campaign, right, before you're put into the experiment that involve directed energy weapons, the illegal microchipping for the purpose of remote neural monitoring. But you are psychologically manipulated, setups, framers, and then they will put you in a situation where they can implant you. Then we'll run a psyops campaign to keep you silent, to discredit you. Now, while this is happening, you have no idea, no clue. You're just going through notions. You don't know what's going on. You're like living life, right? And that's one of the things that they do. If you read Don Jones' book called Mind Control Language Pattern, he talks about dark NLP being used on individuals who certain members of society want to do harm to. And so they use a technological psychological process, right, to create a negative mindset within the individual so that they can get away with experimenting on those individuals. Okay. Now we all know the police are involved when it comes to any kind of experimentation by our government, whether it be by the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Defense, the NSA. We all know local city, state police agencies are involved in these things. Okay, there's a history on it, so don't be surprised when people say, or TI say, that they're being targeted by the police, because the police is meant to intimidate targeted individuals, to threaten, psychologically threaten, or physically threaten, with arrest, with institutionalization within the psychiatric wards. And so they are the enforcers for the architect of these programs. They will spread negative propaganda against the targeted individuals. All the while, they are the ones who are the real criminal. All the while, they are the ones who is the threat to public safety. All the while, they are the pedophiles. All the while, they are the rapists. All the while, they are the murderers. All the while, they are the thieves, the abusers. Okay, sexual and physical. So, with this new revelation, here you have a former head of the Boston Police Union already charged with raping a young relative, now faces 16 new charges and accusation that he sexually assaulted and abused 4 more children. So why did they throw this individual under the bus? Because again, this is just a cookie that they're offering you. And they have bags, matter of fact, box and box full of cookies. So they're just giving you one cookie, right, to settle you down. But trust me, there's more of these cookies in those boxes. And there's more than one boxes. Plenty more. Okay? So I don't want to spend too much time on this. You guys can read this. It's at NBCBoston.com. Let's move on to something else. See, this is what I have to do because, when they have created and spread a negative propaganda campaign against me to discredit me, to assassinate my character, okay? I have to respond, okay? Because I am not the turn the other cheek type of guy, okay? I've left that conditioning a long time ago. So, actually, that's not what I wanted to. I wanted to do this one. There we go. So this is the Breonna Taylor. Okay, where is that damn article? All right. Give me a second. Let me find it. Okay. Find the article. Breonna Taylor, ex-boyfriend, offer plea deal if he would claim Taylor was part of organized crime syndicate. So here you have a police department that have police officers who are liars, who are doing unscrupulous things, who will bear false witness, who will pay false witness to testify against someone who's completely innocent based on their hunch. Now, there's no proof. It's just a hunch, right, that they have. And so, because of this hunch that they have, they paid someone to lie, then got a warrant, right? Then end up killing an innocent woman. And when her boyfriend shot back, because again, they did not identify themselves as police officers, he's arrested. But later on, he was released, right? Don't know what's going on with his charges yet. So now, the police now are telling this woman, Breonna Taylor, who they killed, telling her ex-boyfriend, I guess because her ex-boyfriend is involved in, some criminal acts, that they'll give him a plea deal if he says that she was involved in a criminal syndicate, trying to smear her name. Do you guys realize and understand the mentality of these police officers and these police departments? So when I talk about how they're raging a psychological campaign to assassinate my character, to smear my name, on things that they have done, on people who they are paying, right, to be false witnesses against me, that I just want to show that this is nothing new. Okay? So, Jamarcus Glover turned down the plea deal that would have implicated Breonna Taylor in his alleged crimes. Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend was offered a plea deal if he would claim that she was part of an organized criminal syndicate. Taylor's ex-boyfriend and the focus of the no-knock raid, which took her life, pled not guilty to drug charges Friday. Court record indicated that prosecutors were willing to give him a plea deal if he were to implicate Taylor in his crimes. So they shot and killed an innocent woman based on the criminality of an officer, and now they're trying to cover this officer and their department, trying to spare the good name of this woman. Okay? So again, I just want to show that this is nothing new. And again, this is all evidence mounted. It's not against me, it's against the police office and the police department. Okay? And these little cults that they created running around, stalking people, doing all this stuff to other people, poisoning people. Your day will come. It certainly will. And I'll be there smiling. Okay? saying I told you so. Because eventually, the reason why you're remaining silent about what you're involved in is the very same reason that when it's exposed, you're going to be exposed. Okay? So, let's move on from that. I don't want to stay too long on this. I don't want this video to be long. I have a lot of videos to go through. Okay, so here we have from the website Criminal Legal News, and it says, from abuse of the body to abuse of the mind, police use psychologically coercive interrogation techniques to produce false confession. Okay, and it goes on to talk about a few example that talks about how here it says in mid-1997 Michael Moore Busco was raped and stabbed to death in her Michelle Moore Busco was raped and stabbed to death in her Norfolk, Virginia apartment based on a tip from a friend of the victim. U.S. Navy sailor Daniel Williams was brought in for questioning. After more than 11 hours of interrogation, Williams confessed to the murder and implicated several other men in the crime. Investigators were able to obtain confession from all three of the alleged accomplices. Although they all told wildly different versions of what happened, Eric Wilson, Joe Dick Jr., and Derek Turris was arrested and charged, along with Williams, for the rape and murder of Moore Busco. Williams and Dick plead guilty in order to avoid the death penalty. Turris was convicted of murder and Williams was convicted of rape. The prosecutor obtained all four convictions solely on the strength of the sailor's confession. There was no physical evidence tying any of the men to the crime. Instead, the physical evidence that was obtained tended to rule out all four men as suspects. Additionally, investigators learned that another man, serial rapist Omar Ballard, had written a letter to a friend in which he confessed to committing the crime alone. Tests of DNA found at the scene matched Ballard. Another example, and I can give you hundreds more, if not thousands. Okay? All right, so let's go on to, I'm just going through some stuff here to this video. So here's a video that I had saved to watch later, and when I went to my save watch list, it said that the video was removed. Okay, so you see this video right here. This is the exact same video. So I couldn't access the video from my save list because it says that the see what it says here. It says this video had been removed by the uploader, which wasn't true. And see, and they knew that I was going to put this on this video. Because prior to doing this video, after I came over by Pam this morning, between 9 and I would say 10:30, there was noise campaigns. Do you guys hear how silent it is now? You're not hearing any noise right now. Okay? It's very silent. But prior to me starting this video, they will engage in heavy noise campaign, heavy remote neural monitoring. Okay? This morning, again, trying to use Pan to send me a subliminal message about not talking about this. And for example, I sat down on the computer. I was eating breakfast. She came over as she was leaving, and she and she said goodbye. She leaned over to give me a kiss, and then she looked at the empty plate that I had and stared at the fork that I had in the plate, and looked out the window and left. Right? So right then I knew something was up, you know. So anyway, again, they have recently been sending me subliminal message about using her if I continue to expose what they're doing to me. Right? They were going to use her, right, to obtain some false, use her as some false witness against me. so to claim that, you know, it's a lot of shit that they do, right? But basically trying to use her to implicate me in some crime, what have you, right? So I said, okay, is this what you guys want to do? Is this the road you guys want to go down on? And they're gonna always do this, okay? And I'm gonna always do this video exposing them for what it is that they're doing. All right, so this is nothing new. So let's begin. This video, okay, this was last week. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at a folder you guys can't see, but it's gonna tell me. Let's go by details. Okay. All right. So this video was last week. Okay, and this was on the, I believe, the 15th. All right, so let's see here. This was August 15th, and this was a Saturday. I had left Pam's house to go home. This was in the afternoon. And so I'm waiting on the bus because I had left late that night, and I didn't want to take the 17 bus home because they always had me wait a long time for the 17. So I got off of Utica Avenue to take the 46 home. And the fire truck, as you can see, is going across here. Okay, so yeah, as you see. Now, you see when the fire trucks passed by, did you hear something? Right? Which sounded like, could have been like a gunshot or a firecracker. Okay, because lately, again, they've been using firecrackers, when I leave Pam, right? And this was on the 15th, right? So, I'm just going through the timeline. I have a lot of video.
Church Avenue, going to the direction of Pam.
Okay. Like I said, so they've been, trying to do the setup for the longest while. And you see, as I was talking, you see the young lady also using a lot of Hispanic women when targeted.
Yeah,
you see her do the hand signal. Okay, see, there you go. As she raise her hands behind her head. Right there. Okay. And that's the end of the video, so. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next.
Alright, so
same night.
I got it on my way home. Okay.
Got off the bus.
I didn't take the 17, I took the 46.
Walking home.
Because I need to go to the store. And the store on the corner where I live is closed after 9 o'clock. So I have to get off at a different stop. Alright.
You see that light flashing?
So, walking down this block.
Police vehicle.
Yeah, that's the block.
The block I always walk on.
Where these police always be at. Whenever I have to go to Pam. And then whenever I am, I guess I'm coming back now, so.
Okay. So, you'll see them there, just parked up. Now, they're not writing this person a ticket. That's not what they're there for. Okay, because when I walked past the drive off, they didn't even get out of their car. Okay. All right, so let's just fast forward. let's go to the next video. This is the Monday. I didn't go by Pam the Sunday. I stayed home on Sunday. Monday morning, got on the bus, got to Church Avenue, walked across the street to the next bus stop, crossed the street at the other bus stop going in the opposite direction. There's a police car parked up there. Okay. Now, I said they will engage in this tactic whenever they get Pam to target me heavily. And she's been doing that for the past 2 weeks now. Okay? Targeting me very, very heavily. Alright. So here she is, and I had to, take this video, quick video, and you'll see the hand signal I'm talking about. Then on top of that, because she wasn't able to go to the nail salon, so she painted her nails. She painted all of her nails gray. Right? She painted all of her nails gray except for this finger. And the reason why I'm pointing this finger, you guys know the reason why. If you watch my video all the time to talk about what this, your pointer finger, or whatever you call it, the index finger, what that represents, right? And so I'm in bed, just laying in her bed because I had, getting ready to leave and I was a little tired. So I said, okay, I'm gonna rest for about a minute or so. And I want you to see the hands.
I love you so much.
No, I love
That's
you
my
so
daughter.
much.
All right. So again, you can't see anything on there, which is fine. But I want you guys to check out the hand signals. Okay. I'm gonna try to pause it so you guys can see. Okay. I didn't realize it was that long. Okay, so first, let's see her move her hands back. She's gonna bring it back to the phone. Okay, and now she's doing, if you see the difference of how she was holding the phone before. Okay, watch. Okay, this is how she was holding it before. Now, this is her holding it now. Normally, sometimes she'll just have her middle finger, okay, in terms of having her other two finger on the phone. She'll have her middle finger like that, right? And she's sitting next to me on her phone, okay? And the only reason why she started doing that, she moved her hands back and then bring it back like that because I turned around, right? Because I was talking to my daughter. I still had my phone, and she started doing this hand signals. I started recording her. Okay, now you'll see when she moves her hand over, see how she stick her thumb up? Okay, it's just very quick. I just have to pause it so you guys can see. All right, and then she places her hands on her leg, and then what she does with her thumb. See that? She takes her thumb, pressed it against her finger, and then comes back up again with her thumb back up. All right, so you'll see right there. Okay, acting as if she's typing. She's not typing anything. You're texting. Okay, you're texting. Okay, touching the screen up there is not going to do anything. If you're texting, we know the virtual keyboard is in the bottom of the phone. And then she claps her hands. Okay. Now, as she closes her hands, see what I'm talking about? So you see this finger, this finger. Every other finger is painted. Okay. Except for that pointing finger, index finger. Okay. And it was done on purpose. Okay. Now look. All right. So I'm talking about the hand signals. Now a lot of people are going to watch this and may not understand the significance of this, but when you are brainwashed and you are conditioned a certain way, okay, you will think a certain way because that's how they want you to think, because whether you want to believe, you want to think it or not, you're going to think it because it's been conditioned into your subconscious. Now, being aware of it, okay, you can now replace some of those anchors and triggers so that it doesn't affect you, and so that you're not always emotionally giving them control over your mind. Okay? And I'll talk about this in another video. All right. So after I went home, came back the next morning. This was last Thursday. No, I'm sorry. This is Monday. This is Monday. Yes, right. It's Monday. Because I did a call last Sunday night, and I mentioned on the call, I said, yeah, remember I talked about how, when I'm by Pam, how there was the fire trucks would come on the block, they'll park right underneath her window, and the firemen would get out of their vehicle and they will walk over to the opposite side of the street on the sidewalk, and they'll just stand there, or they'll go into one of the buildings across the street to talk to an older gentleman who they used to target me, and then they will turn back around, get in their vehicle, and leave. Right? So the Monday, they decided, hey, we're gonna, listen, I already know I'm under surveillance. I already know they listen to my conversations, whether it be online or on a podcast or in the house, whether it be my house or my Pam. I already know that. I know every conversation I have on my phone to listen to. But I still use my phone. Right? I still talk. You know what I'm saying? Those paranoia days to that extent is over. Okay? So you see here, they just showed up. Okay? All right, so we were on a call yesterday. Okay, this was I was just explaining about being on that call and mentioning what they would do. And they come back today, and they came back Monday and did the same thing. Okay? And it wasn't there for that long. Maybe about 5 minutes or so. See, more of them is. So I forgot to mention this, but okay. So this is the second one pulled up, and then he leaves. Right, they leave. They didn't stay. As a matter of fact, let me go back to the video where they pull up. See, right there is where they pull up. Right now, prior to that, when they stopped in front of Pam's building, 2 of the firemen got out of the vehicle. One walked to the right. The next one walked to the left. Okay? Then this one shows up. Okay? All right? After, there's nothing, they leave. Okay? Because no one called them. Right? Or somebody might have called them as an excuse to come on the block to target me, so they can have an excuse to use to say, well, we're there because somebody gave us a call and said it was a gas leak or a fire, what have you. But they just showed up, right? And the second one showed up, pulls off. Okay? Now we see they come back in, right? They had just left out of their vehicle. Right? They just pulled up on the block. They got out. Once she comes back. The other fireman. Okay. Now, did you see the direction which the other one came from? He came from, actually, both of them, right? Two of them came from the left. One came off from the right, and then they drove off. Okay? This is what they would constantly do to me, right? So you think that they're done? No, because as soon as they leave, you see this woman across the street here? Let me go back a little bit. Okay. As soon as they leave, they got in their vehicle to leave. She comes out. You see her in the upper, let's go back here. Okay. You'll see her in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, she comes back. And now she's going through this, she's looking at these flowers. She got her red bag, you know. Again, using the red theme. Okay, see, she looks up at me. See that? You guys see that? I may have to zoom in on this. Let me zoom in on this, because so you guys can get a better look, right? To show you guys that they know exactly what it is that they're doing. Okay, that's better. Let's let me do this. You guys can see better. Okay. All right, you hear the fire trucks now? See, because their ass got caught. You see? They got caught, and they know because they're watching, they're monitoring me doing this video. So they got caught. So now you're gonna hear them now, right? Busted. Yes, you got busted. Okay, now check this out. See how she looks up? Did you guys see that? Let's go back. All right, watch. Right there. All right, go ahead, turn limit right there, just real quick. I can't really pause it, but let me just play so you guys can see. Watch her. Okay, she looks up. All right, let's move to the next video. So here she is.
Here you see this woman comes out after they leave. All right, see her? See? The red theme, the red bag. All right, see that?
Now come on, it's just a flower pot with flowers in it, right? She's not gonna pick any of the flowers.
Okay. This is the thing that they do. Now she's just standing there, like she sees me. She looked up and she saw me. So now she's gonna turn around, acting as if she's picking the flower. I'm just like, yeah, okay. All right, look at her. All right. See, she's not picking nothing. Well, that building across the street, the other man had done a previous video where there's an older gentleman that building. So now they,
right.
Well, so that's what they do.
You know, just showing you guys what it is that they do. Okay, all right. So you would think that's it, right? Excuse me. You would think that's it. Okay. So after I finish this recording, I go to the computer, sat down. Okay, I noticed that I got a request from Facebook to join a group. Or I got an invite to join a group. When I click on the page, right? Now I want you guys to pay attention to the flowers, right? It's a yellow flower with the brown inside of it. It looks like a sunflower. It's not. It's another kind of flower. So this is right after this now. Okay? I get a friend request. Not friend request, but a request to join a group called the Moody Ring Tarot. And what's on the picture? Doesn't that look like the exact same flowers? Okay? Okay? And I was like, wait. That's not right. So I go to my phone, check again. Yep, same thing. And I was like, no one is going to believe me if I tell them this. So I have to show it. I have to show the proof. Okay? And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is planned and pre-planned and scripted. Okay? This is what these people do. All right? So it is nothing new that these things are being done. Nothing new at all. I'm trying to this is what I need to do. That's what I wanted to do. I want to block that. Actually, let me just change the let me just change the screen. Let's go to my favorite website, psychologicalharassment.com, coercive mind control tactics. Actually, I think I should put on the psychological manipulation, where it talks about all these things. Okay? Okay, that would be okay. I didn't want to leave it on that page. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to leave it on that page simply because it comes from the website is called Criminal Legal News, and it had the ad, which is kind of institutionalized prison ad on the side of it. And I know this is what they would do to TI, particularly with me, to send me these sort of subliminal threats, and I didn't really pick up on that. So my apologies for those TIs if you feel that you were targeted by that. It was not my intention. Just wanted to make that clear at this point. All right. I should have been aware of it, and I apologize about that. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go to the next video. All right. So that was that one. So now this is the following afternoon, at night, I should say, and I am going home. Okay. I believe I was going home at that point. Yeah, I was going home. And lately, they've been using a lot of white women in my targeting, particularly when I come on Pam's block. They're at the corner. When I step out of her building, they're across the street. When I get off the bus stop, I'll see them, not directly on the bus stop, but they'll be waiting, maybe a couple of feet away. And as I get off and turn to walk, they'll start walking. I'm gonna show all of this.
All right.
And the reason why I didn't record her right away, because I figured, because she looked like she was just looking at her phone or what have you. But the minute I exit out the building and started walking, she turns and started walking too, really parallel to me, right? And so at that point I started
she's right over there
recording, and then she started walking really, really fast. Try to move out of sight, right? I get out of sight. So that's her. She called that.
And she go across the street.
She's wearing a red shirt. Okay. That's her over there in the red shirt.
So
white
let's
bag.
she was just standing there, okay? And as soon as I came out, started walking, she looked over and she started walking in the same direction I'm walking through, but she's across the street. So this is what, again, they continue to do. So,
All right, let me just
build up on her block.
okay, let me get to the bus stop. And I have a lot of video, and I'm trying to not make this video too long, because I know it's going to be long, and there's nothing I can do about this, right? And so the bus came, and I got on the bus, right? And as soon as I got on the bus, see the ambulance pass by with the noise, the sirens. Okay. Next video.
You guys not gonna believe this.
So, same night. This was Thursday night. Again, after I took the next bus home, got off my stop. I took the 17. It puts me around the corner from my house. This guy stands up at the bus stop, just standing there. Just standing there. I saw him. That's why I started recording immediately as I got off the bus. I should have recorded when I was on the bus, but I need to get the door open. So he's just standing there now, right? And so, he's looking at me. Then I turned, and there was a white woman walking across there. She started walking fast again.
So
she's further up, so
house.
I think I zoomed in. You might be able to see her.
White woman standing across.
Let me see if I can zoom in. If I can catch her. Okay, wait. Let's go back. Hold up. Right there. Right there. Alright. Now I know it's kind of fuzzy, but whenever I'm trying to zoom in, I'm walking. And it's funny too, because my phone has image stabilization. So it should have been fine, but whenever they don't want to show want me to show something, I guess something on video, they'll do shit like that. They'll make the image blurry or the video blurry, or it really become very unstable when it's zoomed in, and maybe the image stabilization doesn't work when you zoom in that much, but still, I've taken pictures with that phone camera zoomed in is fine, so but whatever. Anyway, so here I am, turn on my block, all right, and now you're gonna see these two individuals. As I get close, you'll see the white woman again. She takes her hand, swipe it behind her head. See right there, okay. So like I said, this is nothing. This is what they've been doing, right? Tracking me, right? Imagine having to go through this shit day in and day out. You would think that I'm some type of mass murderer, some type of national security threat. I'm just trying to live my life the best way as possible. But these individuals is hell-bent on trying to destroy my life and trying to deter me from doing what I want to do and need to do in terms of bettering myself and bettering my life. Okay? If you ever watch Leah Remini special on A&E called Scientology, these are the exact same tactics that these Scientologists use against people who speak out against the Church of Scientology. People try to expose them. And so the police departments are doing the same thing. They have created these cults. This cult with a lot of cult members from different ethnicities, different groups, different age sets, all involved in these things, right? And this is on behoof of those within the security agencies who are carrying out illegal non-consensual experimentation. Okay? And to keep us from exposing them. To try to keep us from exposing. Okay, alright, so we're going to go to the next video. Alright, so this video, this was the second day of class, of school. School started last Wednesday, and Thursday I had a class. And here's the kicker now. So in one of my classes, my math class, the teacher made us sign a document that says that we cannot talk about anything that goes on in the class. Okay? And the reason why, she said that we had to sign it, we couldn't put it on the internet, on social media and all that stuff. Why? Because they want to target me, but they don't want me to record what it is that they're doing. Okay? Okay, because when I was in that class, they were targeting the crap out of me. Pinching their nose, sticking their fingers in their ears, all this stuff. Right? So this professor here, as we were doing his class, they were going off with the noise campaign. Sarah's in the background.
Download all from this file. Just a second.
Let's see if you guys can hear me.
See if you did one on.
Okay, this is from my tablet, right? You guys might have to listen to it with headphones.
And then first is the syllabus. Let's start with the syllabus backboard. Right?
Okay, but as this class was going on, behind him, in his background, they were using, fire trucks and ambulances. So I said to myself, I'm also taking a psychology class. And I would expect that from a psychology teacher, but from the math teacher? Come on. And the reason why they target me, particularly with math and this class, is because they involve a lot of math, right? So what it is that they have done to me, because of it affected me psychologically, not just psychologically, but neurologically, that I suffer from memory losses, okay? And so there are times like when I answer a question in the class or I'm active in the class, they would target me even more, right? When I don't participate as much, they won't target me as much. So you see how they do that to try to deter me from participating in the class. Just as early on in my target in the beginning, whenever I would do something good, they would target me heavily, right? And whenever I'm frustrated and somebody's targeting me on the street and I might snap, then they would stop targeting me. Again, it is called the reverse good and bad conditioning. So if you act in a negative way that is detrimental to you, they make you think that they're going to stop targeting you, you're going to be rewarded, right? But if you don't act that way and you act in a nice and decent manner, they will target the crap out of you. I talked about this. All right? And so here, the next day, which is Friday, I got to Pam, and I made breakfast. The kids were still sleeping, and I went to the bathroom, and I looked in the bathtub, and she left an empty water bottle in the bathtub. Okay? So yeah. There was something else too. I think I forgot to let me see if I can find that picture. Okay, so I forgot about this one. But this was before she left. So when I got in the house that morning, this wasn't on the floor. Okay. Because again, I was making breakfast. I sat down to eat. She was still in the house. I didn't go to the bathroom yet, and she had left. And so when I got up, actually no, I think I got up, I went to the kitchen, then she left. When I got back to walk into the living room, she had put this on the floor. Okay? So again, these are things that she would do when they use her to target me. Okay? Okay. So now, this picture you're looking at here is money that she had left for pizza. This was on a Friday, and I had told her I was going to watch the kids for her while she go out with her friends to go visit one of her friends who is ill, right? Possibly terminally. Well, she is terminally ill, but she just came up to get a second opinion or what have you. So she left $22 because I told her, I said, I'll watch the kids, but she got to buy us pizza. So she left $22. I'm like, why did she leave $22? You know, pizza doesn't cost $22. Okay. And so I got to get my phone out here. I'm going to pause this video because I got to find what I'm looking for, and I don't want this video to be too long. Okay. So, you know, again, I got to prove these things, right? So this is how remote neural monitoring work. Okay. And so, or how they use the technology to influence others into doing things or saying certain things, or, you know, what have you. So like I said, I had told her I watch the kids, but she'd have to treat us to pizza. Okay, now pizza doesn't cost $22, but she left $22. Okay, and we order pizza all the time. She ordered pizza, she just give me like $20, and she like give them a tip, what have you, and I'll give her back. The pizza usually like $15. And so, you know, she just give me $20, but for this time she left $22. Okay, so when I called to order the pizza, you know, I was like, I asked the kids, I said, hey, do you guys want beef patties also? And they were like, yeah. So I went to order 2 beef patties. I'm gonna play it. Okay, I want you to hear the phone number. And he says 2 for 1. $22. Okay, $22. Now, normally when I order beef patty, I don't ever, when I order pizza, not beef patty, sorry. Normally when I order pizza, I don't order beef patties. Okay, if I order pizza and Pam is here, she'll ask for me to order her a beef patty. But again, you know, I keep showing you guys over and over. I hear the helicopter now passing overhead. Also, there's incidents of videos that I've done before where I would go into McDonald's and I would use the kiosk. I would get the ticket from the kiosk, and the number of the ticket will match the exact amount of money that I have in my wallet. Okay? So again, just wanted to show proof of this, all right? Okay. Oh, which video was I on? Oh, man. Okay, is it this? Okay, so that's the one. I think I did this one. Let's see, which one is that? Yes. All right, that's with the white woman across the street. I did that one. Did this one. Did that one. that one. Okay. All right, this one. So here we go. All right. All right. So
You guys hear the sirens?
this was the Friday now. All right. This was the Friday because Pam got home. She was supposed to meet her girlfriends in the city for 7 o'clock. Her girlfriends were late. She didn't leave the house until after 9. So I said to her, hey, you know, it's after 9 o'clock, right? I said, you know, I have to go home. Now, the day before, it was the day before, earlier during the day, I said to her, hey, you know, I can stay if you want me to. She was like, no, we're going to meet early, so I'll be back in time so you can go home. So Friday night, her girlfriends were late. She left the house at 9, but before she left, I said to her, hey, you know, it's going on 9 o'clock. Remember, I'm leaving tonight. She was like, well, why don't you stay? I said, no. I said, I offered to stay, but you said, no, you're just going to leave early and therefore you'll come back in time, so I wouldn't have to stay. So she left, and then I was doing a Friday night call on it's an educational call, a history lesson, a true history lesson, right? Which I talk about the true history, not the co-opted shit that these white supremacists have sold us, right? These lies that they have sold us. So while I was doing that show, she comes back in the house. So after this, I finished the show, which was like about an hour long. I went to her bedroom and she's crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She was like, well, you know, she couldn't get to go and that I got what I wanted. I said, what do you mean I got what I wanted? Well, you didn't want me to go. I was like, well, how could you say that? Right? I told you that I was going to watch the kids while you go out. So how is it now my fault? Well, because, you know, it was late and, you know, you had to brought up that you was going home and stuff. I said, well, that's the fact. You know, so now I felt like, you know, where am I going to just go into the city just for an hour or two and come back? I said, okay, well, are you guys were going out? Remember, this is COVID-19 situation here now, right? Which restaurant is open up after 9, 10 o'clock in the city? At least, you know, and even if they were, it would be illegal, right? At this point in time, or they may have outdoor seating, but I'm sure they're not going to be open up at after 10 or 11 or what have you. And remember, she is going with her 2 friends to visit another friend who had came up to New York, and that friend is, you know, terminally ill. All right, are supposed to be terminally ill. So I said, okay, well, you know what? If you go into the city at this time, what you guys going to do? Oh, we're just going to hang out in her hotel room. I said to her, I said, okay, but why are you blaming me? I said, I didn't stop you. I said what I had to say. I said, I wasn't going to call you and be like, hey, Pam, you got to come home. I said, I was going to leave it up to you. Right? Because normally when I leave it up to her, you know, it's like, you know, nobody else exists except for when she's having her fun, which is fine. But if I have to go home, you got to take into consideration and be back at a certain time. Not on top of that, but you have to leave at the time that you see is going to leave. Right? So you can get home so that I can leave. Right? Because again, we're not in a relationship. This is something that we've talked about. And, you know, at the advice of my therapist, who has said, you know what, you really shouldn't be sleeping over the house with the situation it is in the situation as it is at this point. And I agree. And she agreed. And we both agreed. So now that it doesn't suit her now, you know, it becomes a problem and it's my fault and I didn't want her to stay. I'm the one who volunteered to be like, hey, I'll watch the kids for you because she couldn't get somebody else to watch the kids. And so for some reason, I didn't want her to go. Go figure. So anyway, I left. This was around a little after 11. And I got to the bus stop. It was about 11:30.
Just stepped out of Pam's building.
Just walked out of her apartment.
Heading home and
sirens.
Immediately as I got outside, I start with the sirens.
Okay, that's my cane you hear. That's making too much noise. So anyway, wait, I think there's something that I missed here. I was watching this earlier. Okay, all right, so yeah, so.
So the hand signal.
And there comes, she sticks her finger in her ears. Let's go back. See, now you hear them outside making a noise again, right? Because I mentioned how quiet they were as I was doing the video, right? Okay, and now, okay, you get the sirens on the
hand signal.
video. As I crossed over, she sticks her finger in her ear. And let's go. Because this night, again, this was Friday night, 11:30, I got to the bus stop. And literally, I was waiting. And waiting. And waiting. I waited for an hour and a half for a bus to come. So here, you see that as I got to the bus stop, within a minute, to the ambulance. Okay? Because they were upset that I went home. Okay? There are times when, for whatever reason, they want me to stay at Pam's house. Okay? Then, like I said, it's always whenever it suits them. The situation suits them. And again, I'm just an individual. I'm dealing with the state, whether it be within law enforcement, the security agencies, so they have all this pull, so across the street you see this woman comes out from the storefront, and they use her to target me. Okay, so you see a bus passing, going the opposite direction, and you're going to see plenty of buses going in the other direction.
So I've been standing here for half an hour now. Okay, 2 buses going in the opposite direction. Pass. Okay, this is the 35 bus. And so because they've been targeting me heavily today, right? And so now they have me waiting. Go back to, And there's always an agenda when they do stuff like this, right? So, what is this guy doing? Yeah. Well, that's when they like to do stupid shit like that, right? So what they do, what they're doing, since I get a bus. That's a TTI.
And there was no one at that bus stop for almost
the shit that they do. Right?
an hour.
Used to it. Saying that if you get
Okay, well, that's just me talking. I want to go through all of that because then this video is going to be super, super long. Let's get to the next video. Again, it's all on the same night. Still waiting at the bus stop.
Alright, so here's another thing. All these
Yeah, that started
dollar
noticing
cabs that's going up in my direction on Church Avenue has all been the color gray. Okay? This is about probably the 6th or 7th.
And I'm going to tell you guys the reason why they held the bus, because I had, during the week, I go my Pam in the morning, I would stop by the store, spend about $5 so on snacks for them. And so I think at that night, I might have had just a few dollars in my wallet, because I haven't been to the bank. I haven't been to the bank in weeks, right? Because again, I've been taking the buses, and the buses are free. So I've been taking the buses. So really didn't have a need to, buy, bus fare. So I have been just buying snacks for the kids on every single morning as I go to Pam. And so that particular night, because this is what they love to do. They love to play this number game with you, particularly when it comes to money and stuff like that, right? And, I'll go into further details of these things, but I just gotta, just understand it a little bit more. Right now, pretty much gotta understand it, but I want to be, have even more of an understanding. So, I think I had a few dollars in my wallet, and so they must have wanted me to take the dollar cabs, because they charge you $2, and to get to to get to the next bus stop, what have you, and then they probably do the same thing there too, because again, you know, it's their agenda, whatever their agenda is, right?
Of these dollar calves, right? They've all been the color gray. Okay. Now there's not that much coincidence in the world. Okay. One of those dollar calves, right. So it's the science of color that they use and they weaponize it, right? Anything is a battle to take place within the minds. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
That they're following, when I've engaged in this sort of conduct.
All right, that's me narrating the video. That's if I was gonna upload it straight out of the phone. Okay.
All right, so here you go. Right.
Another bus
now.
now.
Fourth bus that passed by. That's on the other side. There's always one or two people out here waiting at the bus stop. Particularly it's a Friday night, so there should be more people out here. But you can see there's actually no one out here at the bus stop, right? No one.
Except for me.
So again, this is the stuff that they like to do, retaliation shit.
And normally they don't do this at this bus stop. On the other bus stop that you guys see videos that I've done.
Okay.
Well, there'll be multiple buses passing by that says out of service before one actually comes. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next video.
Well, you hear them. Fire trucks.
The fire trucks.
Mm-hmm. Let me see where they're coming from.
That's how they do a sneak attack. Well, they'll just make a little noise. Right? I won't see them, but they just make a little noise.
They just
Look, another dollar van. I mean car.
Cab.
It's gray.
Color gray, like I said. There's buses going on the Flatbush.
Okay, wait. And then I finally saw the.
You're going up Flatbush.
Okay.
You're going up Flatbush. But there's no bus coming in my direction.
Oh, there you go. See the flashing lights?
Oh, there you go. See them down there, all the way down there?
Not the yellow lights, but the red ones.
You're going up.
Okay. Okay. Let's get to the nether. Right.
Songs playing Run, the video Mother Effer Run.
Alright, so yeah, so I had stopped recording after that, and then this car pulled up, and he's like, there's a song played called Run Mother Effer Run, Run N-Word Run, and
Run N-Word Run. So again, you'll see, they tried to.
And I didn't
use music.
record it because the music was playing until it got to that part. But by the time I took my phone out, that verse had already, went, so I couldn't record that exact those exact words, right?
Tool, again, weaponization of everything, like I said.
Music.
Okay, this is what they do.
I'm not running. Run from what? I heard this guy coming down. Right.
This is so
what he does is that he takes his headphones off his ears.
What is meant to cause,
and then
what is called
as he gets closer, he's going to put them back in his ears.
Phenomenon, right?
He's looking at it. So again, they need to get my attention.
This is what they do, right?
So they need to get my attention. So you look at me, and as he gets closer, so he'll be staring at his earbuds, but his headphones, and then puts it on his ear.
That bus pulling into the other direction.
Another bus. Okay, you guys. There you go.
All right. Look right. See? Another bus pulling into the other direction.
Now, all while this is happening, remember too, I have a bad back. I have a herniated disc, and standing that long. All right, and I had to take my book bag off my back because my back was hurting, and up till today, I'm still in pain, right? So I've been taking muscle relaxer on a nightly basis, just to help me, the back muscle relax, because again, I'm in pain, I barely bend down. And I'm sitting on this chair right now, my back is just hurting. So I have to lean forward, as you see, is what I'm doing, in order to ease the pressure off my spine. See, another dollar cab.
Another van, $1 cab, actually. And here he comes, the NYPD. Eventually, like I said, they'll show up. Yep, eventually they'll show up. A bunch of cowards. What happened?
He's driving with his phone in his hands, right?
Oh, he just pulled his phone out.
Oh, he had
right
his phone in his hands. I didn't see when he pulled it out, but watching the video, you see he's driving. He's basically texting and driving. That's what he's doing.
He just pulled his phone out. Look at him. Look at him, texting and driving, right? Texting and driving. But these mother effers will give you a ticket if they see you on your phone while you're driving. Okay? Look at him. Look at him. These mother effers will give you a ticket.
Like I said, criminal with badges. You give certain people power or the ability to affect people's life in a way such as they can kill you, they can incarcerate you, and they think that they're above the law, that they can do what you're not supposed to do, or what they will arrest you for or kill you for, and they'll do the same thing, right? But that's the hypocrisy.
We're texting and driving, and they're texting and driving. What's his license plate number? 5538. Okay.
Right, and this was last
5538.
Last Friday.
Okay.
That was
right.
Look
at him come out. Look at him come out. Look at him come out. Smoking a cigarette. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. As soon as the police shows up. Look at him.
August 28th.
All right. Look at him. It's so predictable. Shit ain't even funny. Puffing on that cigarette. What happened? You can't get the fire trucks to show up?
Yep. And so what would happen, you hear me talk about the cigarette, right? So whenever, when I was being targeted heavily with fire trucks, when I started to expose them, and then I wouldn't see them for about a good week or two, what they would do is that I would now start seeing people walking towards me, and they would either be lighting up a cigarette as they get close to me, or they will take a hard pull of the cigarette, and you will see the cigarette, light up, right? Or you can see that light, that burning light, right? So again, it's all neurolinguistic programming, doc NLP, okay? Power of association, triggers and anchors, okay? I know this is a long video. I do apologize for that. I gotta show this.
All right, and you guys want to see something? There's another bus stop on this block further down, and there's nobody at that bus stop. Okay, no buses.
Okay, so let's.
Okay. Okay, and you can see it over here. There's another bus
coming. Yep. Okay. So finally, you see somebody at the bus stop. I'm not kidding you. They had me waiting out there for over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
See, just talking. See what I'm talking about with the cigarette?
Direction.
Right? So look at this guy. As he gets close to me, he starts lighting his cigarette. You see him take that hard pull. Watch. And that was just me laughing because I know them so well. I know the tactics so well. Okay? And okay, so then right, so finally Now here you'll see a dollar van that's going to show up, right? Where are we at here? Oh, that should okay. Where's the dollar van? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So here it's finally now a dollar van showing up. Right, this is another dollar car now. Dollar van. Okay. So that was the only difference out of that entire night with these dollar vans and dollar cabs. All the dollar cabs color coded. One dollar van showed up and it was a different color.
Why are they holding up all the buses coming in this direction? Right? Look at that. It's been over an hour now. Alright?
Now watch this. What's this problem?
1 o'clock right now.
Okay. Now also, what they've been doing too, because when Pam comes in the house, she's in her scrubs, in her uniform. She'll walk into the living room, she'll just stand there. Or, she'll stand there, she'll talk to me or what have you, or she'll come in, turn her back towards me while all in her scrubs. And I keep telling her, I said, listen, you come out of the hospital with this COVID situation, you're on the in the hospital and stuff like that, you're dealing with patients who may have it or not. Take your clothes off when you come in. Take your clothes off, put your your scrubs in the bag, or put it in the washing machine to be washed. So she would do that. So this is how they condition you. So she was doing that every single day. Then all of a sudden I'm at the bus stop on the buses, I start seeing all these women in scrubs, right? Same as dark blue, same as hers, right? And so again, power of association, dark and ugly. So you'll see as she's wearing scrubs. As she gets close, she starts pinching her clothes, right? And then you'll see her take her hands and put it to her side. Now this must be some new type of hand signal shit, okay? Because people have been recently started doing that in front of me too. So I know when I'm being conditioned, right? And I can put 2 and 2 together, right? I can understand that because Pam was doing it. Here's another
dollar van, gray.
This was after
this shit ain't even funny.
Okay, so
well, check this out. Finally a bus shows up, right? Okay, after almost 2 hours.
Okay, I mean it should be ridiculous, right? Just on that one
cab, but
stop
in the color
bus stop alone, right?
The TI.
About 2 hours.
Okay, that's what they do. All right.
Now watch this guy. Watch it. It's a hand signal. Watch. See that? Do it again.
Okay, that's what they
watch
do.
It. Here she comes. See the palm fixation, palm behind the back, with his thumb in his pocket, right? Then he takes his thumb out. There you go with this index finger, pointing finger, with his thumb sticking out. Watch. Okay, let's play it back one more time.
TI. Okay, that's what they do. All right.
Okay.
So, just got off the bus and I'm taking another bus, not the one I usually take, which will put me closer to my house, but because it's so late and that bus doesn't run pretty, I mean it comes during a certain time, but at this time after waiting almost 2 hours for that bus, I had to come over here to catch the Utica Avenue bus. And again, this is all perfect. I'll have to wait.
Watch yourself. And the orange sweater. And the one in the shorts. Right? Watch as she get close to me.
And again, this is all
just
perfect.
the hand signal, hand behind the back. Now watch the guy with his hands behind his back There's a reason why he's standing there with his hands behind his back like that, right? For the longest while, you'll see he's gonna move, but he's gonna come back and do the same thing, and there's a reason for that. There you go. Let me explain it. So now here she comes. Start putting on her clothes as she's looking at the guy standing at the bus stop. Okay. Now watch. You'll see the index finger. Where's the fucking purse? It was very quick. You gotta.
The next bus, right? And again,
this
is all
purposely
purposely
hand behind the head. Watch your hands.
Look at these. Look at these. Where's the fucking purse? Okay.
Now here she goes. Now you see, everybody knows that these are the kind of people. Again.
Come over
And they're so loud, right?
And shit. Loud and shit. Because that's what they fucking do, right? Conversation.
And I'm saying this loud too so they can hear.
And
then she starts yawning. Now check this out. Alright, you'll see
a loud ass fucking conversation.
Okay. Now you see how she opens the palm of her hand and then she starts yawning.
They want somebody to hear this shit.
Look.
You know? That's what they do, man. It's fucking funny as hell. These people.
Yeah, she starts coughing.
Yeah.
Turns around, his hands behind his back. He's looking in my direction, he's looking at them. Okay, and she's her nails.
Look. And he turns around, hands behind his back. Well, I talked about that, right? Talk about that shit that is still. Alright?
Basically trying to send me a subliminal message that if I talk to any woman at this point that they're going to arrest me, right? That's basically what it is that they're trying to do. Okay? And basically, what I call psychological castration, right? And first of all, I'm not a sexual predator. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, this is the label that they want to put out there, whether you're crazy or that. And my thing is like, why are they so, when it comes to these white racist ass people, when they create these type of program, particularly with black men, all we have to do about our goddamn penis. Alright? I know that motherfuckers is penis envy, but come on. Like seriously. That they try to weaponize your penis, the black man penis, that's what it is. Yeah. Or trying to because of their racist view that the power of the black man is in his penis, which is bullshit. The power of the black man is in the black woman. Okay? Not the penis. See, that's why they got shit backwards. That's why when they took our spirituality and they created religion, that's why religion is so fucked up. Okay? Because they don't understand the concept of spirituality. They don't understand the concept of God, which is the black woman. Okay? So any black man who understands the truth becomes the enemy. And they will find ways to manipulate and to destroy that person's character, that person's life. Because again, European mentality is that the men are the gods. That's why all their gods are male, particularly with these religion, and also the Muslim with the Islam religion. All the gods are male. So they don't want us returning to our true spirituality, understanding that the black woman is God, and there is no black man without the black woman. But if they can separate it, if they can divide and conquer, okay, they can destroy not just the black man, but the black woman and the black family. Okay? So eventually they're gonna leave after making all that noise.
Two
Okay.
trolls.
So as they leave, see, they'll leave. He looks at me. He turns and he looks in their direction, and he goes over to the wall. Right? So he leaves his bag on the bench. He goes over there.
Two trolls.
At the wall. He's looking up at the Walgreens signs. Alright, so he stares at the Walgreens sign.
I'm gonna break it down. When I do this video, I'm gonna break it down all the way. And now look at this shit, right? look at this motherfucker.
Now, see, he stick his finger in the ears.
Yeah, fuck is this.
You know the reason why? Because that night I received a package. I had bought some socks. No, I'm sorry. No, wrong. Okay, wrong thing. But the you know, with the Adidas sign or what have you, you know, I'm not gonna get into that. I was just thinking something else. My mind got real confused.
Right. Who's up there? Is it a police car?
Yeah. So now you see like lights.
So anyway, after waiting 2 hours for a damn bus, right? What
So
happens?
remember now. So this is when those two young women started walking off. The guy standing there looks at me, looks at them, goes to the wall. Then they start flashing their lights.
Go on the bus and look at another bus comes.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So
see that shit?
now, if you're standing at the bus stop for 2 hours for a bus finally came. You get to another bus stop, and then guess what? Another bus comes right after that bus. After you've been waiting for 2 hours, you would be livid as hell. But I understand what it is that they're trying to do. So you know what? Like I said, that emotional control that they used to try to get me wound up and angry, not working.
Look at that. And you see in the meantime here, you see the police down there. They're all the way down there though. See them over there flashing their lights? Oh, they ain't want to come close. Let me see. Might be an ambulance. Let's see. Okay, look like an ambulance.
All right. Yeah. So that was an ambulance. But best believe the police is going to show up. Best believe. Okay. Let's get to the next video.
All right. So the next phase
is
is
me
the
stretching because
helicopter,
I'm
right?
tired, man. My back is hurting. But I'm like,
So
you know, I got
can hear.
I got to expose.
There it is.
So now they're gonna send the helicopter.
You can hear the helicopter.
Right.
See that? So again, that's their next phase, right? This is what they always do. Okay.
Circle overhead.
Okay.
And I believe it was an
And what does it do?
MIP
Circle
helicopter.
overhead, right where I'm standing.
Not
by the
100%
bus
sure,
stop, right?
But I believe because I can see the blue, right, on the helicopter, the painting. So that made me believe that, yeah, this is probably an MIPD helicopter. So what they said.
Let's see if he'll come back around.
Yep, and then they come back around.
Oh,
Here, here we go.
there we go again.
Okay. Now pay close attention. Pay very close attention.
All right, there we go. Yes, and
So
scratch it.
now, guy on the wall, he scratches his nose. I'm not gonna do it because again,
Yes, no.
yeah, it's gonna.
I'll tell you,
video, I don't want you to
the
feel
amount of
talky.
people that got involved in this shit, and the planning that it takes.
And this guy been standing up here at the corner. Now, mind you, this is around probably about after 1 o'clock at night. You know, I would say like 1:30. Right? No, sorry, after 1:30 actually. Right? So he's standing there now, hands in his pocket. Then after the helicopter flies
Pull this
off,
shit off.
you see this blinking light. If you look down, you see a blinking
it's look at
light,
the police
flashing
van.
lights.
Look at the police.
Okay.
All right, look
That's
at
the
the
police. Definitely police
See them
van.
over there. Look at that. Now he comes over here.
No, he comes out. All right.
Okay, the police come over here now. See?
And the police starts
That's what I'm
flashing
telling
their
you.
lights. He comes out. Okay.
They
He looks in their direction. His hands back behind his back.
all this shit is all coordinated, and the effort that they put into this, the resources to get helicopters, to stop the city buses from coming.
And what happened? See the guy in the white shirt? Now, check this out. And I missed this. Right?
All this shit is
Okay. So now he's standing there now. He gets off of the storefront, right? And he walks over. Okay.
coordinated, and the effort that they
And the car coming
Put into
around the
this,
corner slowly
the
with the gray car. He turns around and he walks, not walks, but he looks in that direction. Okay? And I think that night there was a security guard that came
to
out
stop
of the
the
bank.
city buses
There's a
from
Chase
coming.
Bank there.
Uh,
Right? There's a Chase Bank there.
it's tremendous.
And the security
Right?
guard
You
had
think that
came
I'm,
out.
like I'm a mass
um,
murderer, a mass shooter or something. And even mass murderers, they don't even go through this shit, right? But as a TI,
So I can't remember if he came
the reason
out
why we go through this is
before the
because
police car.
of experimentation, or I'm trying to cover their ass. All that is, right? So that is basically all that is. They're trying to cover their asses. And look at him. Right? So I'm gonna,
I'm not sure if he left or not, the dude. When I panned the phone over, I didn't see him there. So he might have moved out of the way. But like I said, as soon as the police car pulls out, right, he comes off the side of the building, hands behind his back like this. And I said there was a reason why they was targeting me with the gray car. And I would say, how you're being conditioned when things are happening in front of you in a repeated manner. So all those gray dollar cabs was lead up to this moment. And I didn't at the time. I knew I was being conditioned, but I guess the awareness kind of took it. Didn't really affect me as much. But viewing the video again, I see that when the gray car comes out and made the turn, the guy comes off the wall. The gray car comes, made the turn, and then he turns around in the direction where the bank is. And I remember that night it was the security guard that came out of the bank. So again, it goes to the thing about some type of national security, public safety, and I'm just like, come on, seriously, really? So. I don't even get it. So I don't even, because the public safety and security shit is all bullshit. It's a smoke screen. But people when you give people some type of power over other people, whether it be psychological or physical, the majority of those people will abuse their power. Okay? And that's a fact. It's been proven over and over again. Right? So what they're doing doesn't really surprise me. And again, it's because I became more knowledgeable studying these things, studying psychological conditioning, right? And on top of that, I had signed up for a psychology class, and they dropped me from the class without even letting me know, right? While I was being targeted. So it's a good thing I had the frame of mind to say, okay, let me go and try to print up my schedule before school starts. When I went, I saw only had 2 classes, right? And I'm like, hey, what happened to my psychology class? They dropped me from the class. So now I had to find another class, which I did. And in that class that I found, guess what? The professor's not holding any online classes. Each week we just do the assignment and upload it. That's it. So there you go. And like I said, on the fact that the math professor had to sign a agreement in terms of not posting and stuff, all because they want to target me and they want to be able to get away with it. That's all. That's all that is. Okay? And I realized that, right? From the first time when I went to that class, when I logged into the class. So the bus finally came and I'm going
Took
home.
me over 2 hours.
And this was
Right?
you know,
Just in attempting to get
minutes
home.
to 2. So let's see.
And so-
I got to the bus stop at 11:30. It took 2 hours for that bus.
You know,
to
again,
come. Almost 2 hours for that bus to come. Then they ran this little PSYOP
This
campaign
is
with the
what
helicopters and the police and the
It's
ambulance.
being done.
You know, and now
Try to make
I'm
it
heading
home.
home. All right, and
It's
there's
like
no one out.
points.
No one out.
The
right?
most.
Except for
At
these
this time
two
of the night, you don't
individuals.
see a lot of females walking down the street by themselves. But she just came out of her building.
And again, this is minutes to
Okay,
2 o'clock at
okay.
night. There's literally
Because again,
no one outside. No one.
That's-
Okay? And
that's what
she's walking, she's looking at the garbage.
crazy ass people do.
Okay?
And a white woman does that too. Oh, she
Yeah.
had my building.
And
I should tell you
another
that
one.
they get yeah, she's yawning.
Like I said, I've been targeted by a lot by white women lately, particularly over here by Pam. It's
Put the shit on YouTube.
It's a lot.
Like I give a
Right.
shit. Shit's going
And
right on.
here's this. You know, she's basically young. She's probably a teenager. You know, her late teens.
She look kind of young too to be walking out here this time of night.
And again, you know why? Because of the technology that they're using. When I talk about the silent sound spectrum, they can basically instruct you to stay inside and not be outside. And you be in your house like, you know, I don't want to go outside. Normally, on a Friday night in the summer, there's always young men and women outside, right? Not on this, but even sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, okay? But not on this particular night. And they've done this plenty of times to let me know that they're using this technology to keep people in their home. Okay? So let's go. So I got in the house and, you know, something just said to me, just, you know, don't go in your room yet, just walk to the kitchen. And as I walked to the kitchen, in my sister's bedroom right next to mine, you know, she hangs a bag, a black bag, on the other side of her door. Now she don't do that, right? Because you can't even close the door. You know, they're usually hanging on the inside. But this particular night, again, they're hanging on the outside. Again, it's all part of the subliminal. You know, using family members, using Pam, using family members, you know, to engage in this shit, right? And so there is. Monday morning by Pam. As I was walking down that block, I saw this guy dressed in all black. He was walking in the street, but I didn't record him. I was like, you know what? You know, maybe he'll cross over to the opposite side because I'm on the right, he's on the left, but he's walking in the street, not on the sidewalk. It wasn't until I saw him made the left turn, because I'm like, okay, why weren't you walking on the sidewalk if you're going to make the left turn? That doesn't make any sense. You know, you're walking in the street. But again, it's to get my attention. So he's wearing all black. And so he goes, you know, so at that point, as he made the left, I started recording. And I knew that they were going to do some type of street theater going on here. Okay, so as I see as I'm walking, see the woman across the street, she's wearing a white shirt, black pants, she opens up her bag, she looks over, opens her bag. Then he has a white tissue in his hands, he's gonna put it in his pocket. Then you'll see her, she looks at him, and she looks at me. No, I didn't really get her. You know, same shit. Alright, so it's nothing new. Alright. I hear the fast tracks again. Yeah, I'm giving it to y'all because you're a bunch of fucking criminals and a bunch of liars. I'm gonna expose you.
What do you see here? The white woman sitting at the corner. It's her light. The light says walk.
Right.
Watch.
So there you go.
She's standing there.
She's standing with her dog. It's her light. Because of course, they want me to get close. Because again, sometimes they'll try to send me subliminal message about, them using white women to manipulate Pam into a certain way, or sometimes they send me subliminal message about, she's a lesbian. I don't give a shit. I mean, that's her business. Okay. Do I care about it? Yes. Okay. But that's her business. But they like to send you type of subliminal message, whether it's true or not, because they want to put stuff in your head to cause you to react and believe certain things, to cause you to react in a negative way or act in a negative way towards that individual.
See if anything really got close. Okay. That's what she's doing. Look, you can see. Alright, her light. Okay, see, as I said,
and it's not to say that, and then she picks up the dog, right? Because it's not to say that the dog wasn't going to go, because you see as she started walking, the dog started walking. Then when she turned, the dog turned. So obviously the dog is following her direction. So then she just want to pick up the dog so she can turn around and look at me.
Yeah, okay.
All right, now watch again. Now see,
and here comes the black one now. Stick her hands in her pocket, looking at the red car.
Now she looks over at the red car. She folded her lips. She looks over in where Pam lives, in Pam's direction, where her building is at. Okay, all right. Now she does this, the folding of the lips. She says her to be quiet. Then she looks over again at the light, right? Because of course, if I'm walking, the light is going to be red, right? And you see the white woman now. She stands up there and she's looking up at the sky. Okay. Right? And now you see another one.
Yeah, another one now. Yes.
Okay, she looks at me, then she looks over at the other woman, the other black woman, right? Again, subliminal messages. They're trying to say, y'all ain't cool together. Is that it? I know that.
Serious mental illness within these people to be out here doing shit like this. They're not to expose them in every single way. We're not going to let up. We're going to expose them in every single way.
All right. Let me see any other video. Is there another video?
See, look at these motherfuckers show up.
All right. So yes, here it is. So this is the afternoon now, right? This is Monday afternoon. On my way home, going to the bus stop. After again, Pam came in the house. She started targeting me, hand signals and shit like that. I leave. I get to the go across the street.
Yeah, leave Pam's house to the bus stop. Get it to her back, right? Motherfuckers don't stop.
Right. Okay. So now, last week they were trying to get me to stay over by Pam. This week, they want me to go home, right? So, again, this is what they do. And by the way, I finally saw my son after over a month of not being able to see him. I spoke to him. I said, what happened? He was like, well, he didn't feel like speaking to anybody. I said, what do you mean you feel like speaking to anybody? I'm your father. I'm sure you spoke to your friends. I'm sure you spoke to, your grandmother on your mother's side. I said, Ethan's been calling you. Your brother been calling you. I've been calling you. I've been sending you text messages. So he came because my niece was having a party for her 1-year-old, and he left the Sunday, and I called him. I didn't call him Sunday, but I called him Monday yesterday, and he didn't answer his phone either. After I just talked to him about that. Okay?
Yeah, I want y'all to keep saying this shit because this is what these motherfuckers do. All fucking dick.
And look, he has his hand stuck out there with 4 fingers. Right? Pause it. All right. Or did he make a fist? Shit, he might have made a fist.
This is what they do.
Yeah, I know he had his fingers.
This is what these motherfuckers do. All fucking dick.
Right. So now he turns to his watch so I can see his watch. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, he had his hand in his fist. He has his hands in his
What
fist.
they do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this was a long video, but I needed to explain all the stuff. And this is a week and a half compilation of videos that I've taken and photos in terms of how they were targeting me and what they would do. All right, so I hope I'm able to explain this in a way you guys can understand to prove that I've been brainwashed using, Coercive Persuasion Program, using Dark NLP, also implanted a microchip so they can, read your thoughts. The use of direct energy, silence and spread spectrum, microwaving of me, my kids, Pam also. And so whether she knows about it or not, it's irrelevant at this point, because I do something I think that she do really know. And I guess that's why when they use her to target me, they always send the police. There's always a barragement of police, what can I, the only thing I can do at this point is do these videos, okay, as evidence and as proof, and hope that one day that when this comes out, that those people will be held responsible, including family members if they are involved, including Pam if she's involved, because clearly you don't care enough about a person if you're going to engage in this type of behavior. Okay, clearly you don't. All right, so that is it for the video. I will see you guys on the next video. Again, recording more of this stuff. Take care.